Congratulations, class of 2025. Woo! It's so good to see you. Now, I'm a Baptist preacher by start, and so if you talk back to me and give me some energy, we'll get out of here today. If not, I'm used to staying to Wednesday night Bible study, so help me out. No. What an exciting day, and what an exciting time for graduation. Mr. President, you are such a champion, a true champion in every sense of the word, a visionary scholar, in every sense, in your thought, in your action. You're a man of warmth and inspiration and innovation that's so desperately needed for these times. And to the chair and Madam Provost, to the members of the trustees, to alumni, to parents, and to the graduates, it is my honor to accept this honorary degree for public service, but it's also my honor to be here with you as your speaker. I have tried throughout my life to serve and lead with inspiration and integrity, values on purpose and with purpose, with passion, commitment, and with the gifts that I've been giving. And as the saying goes, with the hand that I've been dealt. And so to receive this wonderful honor from Champlain College, which I admire, and which has been a champion and model of success for so many, and a front runner and a game changer in education, I accept this degree with great joy and pride. To the graduates, this is your graduation day, and your light is exactly what our world needs right now. Many will say our world is complicated and complex, and it is, but I also use the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, that the measure of a man and the measure of a woman is not where you are at moments of comfort, but where you stand at moments of crisis and controversy. I've learned that light shines best when there's darkness and dilemmas. So I want to invite you to keep letting your light shine throughout this world. So I salute you today for your hard work. But before I salute you and we go farther, as a public servant, I think it's important for us to honor and recognize and thank those who've helped us throughout this journey. Paid the tuition, given scholarships, taught you, invested in you. And so I'm going to invite you to stand if you're able and comfortable at this time. And I want you to say a huge thank you first to those on the stage. So graduates, would you please stand if you're able? And together, will you say, we thank you? Thank you. Now I want you to turn to that direction and their parents on that side. And I want you to say, we thank you. Now turn all the way to the back, and family and friends are back there, and say, we thank you. And turn one more time to people on that side and say, we thank you. All right, thank you. Champlain College. What a wonderful place to be, what a wonderful time to stand here. So I hope that you know that you're graduating from this institution of higher learning. That's no ordinary commencement, because this is no ordinary school. This is extraordinary. I've gone around the world, and this is one of the best places I've ever landed. It has given you the perks and the benefits in life that will allow you to be ahead of the curve, ahead of the game, to be the lenders and not the borrowers, to ascend from the position of learners to leaders, and to become the living legends of our society that we so desperately need and long for and thirst for. I want you to know that you are amazing. I served 2 United States presidents, President Bill Clinton and President Barack Obama, and they always, all right, you can give it up for both of them. And they always had advanced teams. That's how we knew when the president was about to come out, because their advanced teams had done their homework. They had sized up the crowd, they had set up the podium, they had given instructions so that when the president arrived, all were attentive and ready to receive. You have had Champlain College as your advanced team. setting the stage, getting the world ready for you and you ready for the world. And now you will be the advanced team for our world, stepping out, getting things in order, getting things settled. And it all started here. So today I want to ask you a question. Are you ready for prime time? It all began here in Burlington, Vermont. Champlain College, one of the only colleges that actually prepares students with hands-on experience in your chosen fields. I walked around and some of you are already working in your fields before you even get your diploma, so that you'll be ready for your careers, ready for prime time. Now, some students may not really know what prime time is, but the parents who grew up as I did, watching network TV, will know about prime time. Prime time was the most advantageous time of viewership. It's where sponsors knew they were going to get a return on their investment, bang for their buck. Prime time, it's a coveted time. It's when the playoffs take place. And you know, WNBA Liberty New York won last year. Just an announcement. That wasn't in a speech, but I just have to give some information. Prime time. So I ask you, are you ready for prime time? It's the coveted time that's big and newsworthy and important, where there's center stage, prime time, where established leaders and emerging leaders and thought leaders are given the platform. And with the degrees you're about to receive in a few moments, the education that you've attained here, on the other side of this cap and gown and diploma, a world awaits those who are ready for prime time. And so let me not just ask you, but let me answer the question with a resounding yes, you are ready for prime time. You are ready because you've been at a school that's been ready and steady, consistently making the list for the top colleges in America, consistently ready with internships and opportunities for you to serve in your fields, consistently ready for innovation and with technology. And even before many of us knew about AI, you knew not only about AI, but IA. I am ready. You were ready. So I want you to say with me, I am ready. And so if you're ready for prime time, the first thing you have to know is you've got to be ready to work. You've been prepared for this moment, and powerful preparation makes for powerful presentation. You will show up as a specialized workforce, specializing in fields that are needed. You've put in the time, and now you're ready to pay those dues, going where others have not gone and doing what others can't do, with innovation and interdisciplinary education that allowed you to have a breadth of knowledge and experience and a wealth of wisdom. But always remember, even though you know a lot, Mark Sadanovic says, people only care about what you know when they know how much you care. Be ready to be a caring, responsible workforce, knowing your ABCs. A, be accountable. B, be believable. C, be champions. You've trained and you've got to go for the gold. You've got to be the GOAT of leadership, bringing with you the spices of life and the sweet Vermont syrups of kindness, and integrating the human touch in all you do. Bringing these traits from Burlington, Vermont and this campus, knowing that you are ready to work and you are career ready. Now, I have two sons, two MW, two men working. They bring home money now. Say hallelujah, yeah. I have two sons working, and one is in technology and one is in medicine. The oldest one just finished his medical residency, and he began this week his first job as an attending physician in internal medicine. Woo! I'm a proud mama. So all along the way, there were these stats and data that had to be collected as a resident, and they were timed about how fast they could go and how many patients they could see in a certain time. And my son decided that his bedside manner and care for the patient was important. Yes, so much so that the patients rose up and they said, please don't rush Dr. Cook, because he cares about us. He cares that we're more than a prescription and more than a diagnosis and more than a prognosis. He cares about us. I hope that you will be a caring population. And so the author Paula Giddings says, I must be aware of when I enter and where I enter. And I will also add the word how you enter. Remember that sometimes you will be rejected, but I have learned that rejection is not always a no. Sometimes rejection is just a redirection. You will be finding out and defining your purposes as you work and serve. And sometimes there will be another direction, but you make your good start. Remember that you are gifts and you are gifted with abilities. And the first part of that word ability is the word able. And so you're ready and you must be willing and you must be able. Say, I am ready. I am ready. But also when you're ready for prime time, you must be ready to make a difference. As you leave here, know that we are counting on you to lead, to make that difference, and to do it with such a fierceness and a fabulosity that people will know that you have been on this planet. You are fierce, you are fabulous, and you're going places. Say, I'm going places. Maya Angelou says people won't necessarily remember what you said nor what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. So as you're leading, do things so differently from the crassness and the harshness that this world sometimes exudes, that they will know that a Champlain College graduate just passed our way. Still with your expertise and still with your knowledge that you've acquired, but never just do good when you can be great. Never just be local when you can be global. Never just sit in the corner like little Jack Horner, but rise high above the average and the mediocrity so that you will stand out with distinction. Help others feel good as you do it, but be distinct and dynamite. And the root word of dynamite is dynamic. Dudamus, be dynamite, be dudamus, explode with kindness. I had the fortune of being friends with the eldest daughter of Dr. Martin Luther King. Her name was Yolanda. And as a result of our friendship, I became close with her mother, Mrs. Coretta Scott King, who is known as the mother of civil rights. And she called me her other daughter, her goddaughter. And like Jacqueline Kennedy, she too had to watch her husband be assassinated. But I watched her as she glided through life. And she taught me by her life and her example, not just her words, how to live a life that will make a difference. A life with impact and influence and integrity. To walk calmly, yes, with strength, with brilliance and resilience. It does not mean that folks won't be kind, but you be kind anyhow. And she often would say, as I quote Dr. King again, she would say, we are all inextricably juxtaposed. Meaning we are intertwined, and when you weave yourself into my world, and I weave myself into your world, that we can live on this world and this earth together. That we must leave here learning and leaders, leaving a legacy. As Dr. Eric Glaudet from Princeton University says, we are the leaders we've been waiting for. You are the leaders we've been waiting for. For those two young men whom I raised, those two sons I told you about, I always told them, make your moves, but make your mark. And now I say, and make your money. Yes! But do it with integrity, make it with honor, and make a difference. So graduates, this is the last exam that I'm going to give you before you receive your diplomas. And I'm going to ask you a question, and it'll be a multiple choice answer. The question would be, are you ready for prime time? And A would be, I am not ready. B is, I need another year to get ready. C is, I am ready. And you will say this by your stance. So graduates, are you ready for prime time? Okay, letter A, stand if you say letter A, I am not ready. Stand if you say letter B, I need one more year to get it together. Well, please stand if it's letter C and say, I am ready. Yes, you are. So, Mr. President and Madam Provost and members of the trustees and the faculty, by the power vested in me, I believe your students now are ready for prime time. Thank you, and to make a difference.